This is the Sales Babble Podcast, episode 196, the top 10 tools for sales and marketing in 2018. Yet another end-of-year fireside chat with Neil Kristianson.
Welcome to Sales Babble, the podcast that shares selling secrets for non-sellers. And now your host, Pat Helmers.
Check.
1 2 1 2.
Oh yeah, I'm liking this.
We're live and wired.
Let's do a little clink here.
Oh, overly ambitious clinking.
Welcome, Neil. Are you ready to babble?
I am ready to battle. To battle or to babble, whichever. I'm prepared, Patrick.
So you're more prepared in some ways than I am. It's my understanding this is the fifth time.
This is the fifth time you and I have sat in front of the fire.
Top 10 tools
and
of
done
sales
the
and
top
marketing.
10 tools of,
We'll be doing for 2018.
We're doing 2018 right now, even though it's still 2017 as we sit here.
These are tools we used in 2017, but we recommend people use in 2018.
And a couple of these I just discovered in the last, one of them within the last 2 weeks. So some of these are very fresh. These are not stale tools.
These are not stale tools.
Yes. So
I have a Windows version of Act on here for a CRM. Maybe I should take that off because that was 15 years ago.
Act. I used that when I was in junior high. Come on.
Okay, so we're going to take that off. So to explain to the listeners,
maybe we should actually do an intro instead of just start babbling.
Right. You and I have known each other for quite a while. Almost. You've met, 5
years now, right?
Yeah, we met
6 years?
just after I started doing the podcast, and
right.
And you're an expert on digital marketing, specifically email and landing pages and
CRMs, automation. Mm-hmm.
Yep,
that's what I love. Automation, all things automatic, and I'm going to get into some of those. I'm going to geek out a little bit today. Hopefully, not too much.
See, that's just great that you love that because I don't like things automatic.
I like things that do stuff for me so I don't have to do them. So that's some of the things I'll talk about today. Yeah. And we should also mention this is that we have the fine homebrews as well.
Right.
Which could explain some of the professionalism we have going on this afternoon.
This beer here is a homebrew.
Yes.
My son Chris and I made this for his wedding.
Yes.
He got married this year.
Yep.
And this is a mango habanero.
And it is delicious.
We got it from a brewer at the Poorhouse Brewery in San Diego, California.
Yeah.
And he kindly shared this with us.
He shared the recipe and you made it. We should make that clear.
Chris and I made it. He was in town. And we made this. It's an all-grain beer, and it really turned out really well. And it's still got that little bit of bite on the end.
I like it. I'd buy it.
Yep.
I'd buy that one. It's nice.
All right.
But we're not here to do a beer show.
This is not a beer show. But
this is the top 10 tools.
But you brought mango salsa. And I
brought mango salsa.
This is Austrian beer mustard.
And we got some spicy cheese there.
Mm-hmm.
I like that.
And some smoked Gouda.
But we will spare the listeners from chewing in their ear for the next 20 minutes.
So let's get through the list here because
we need to get back to munchies.
We have to do this in 20 minutes.
Okay. 1, 2, 3, go.
These commonly kind of go longer.
When you and I get together, we do tend to babble on Sales Babble, yeah.
So
we are not good with the time limits.
Right, but we're in a holiday mood, so...
yes, festive.
Okay, do you want to start?
La.
What's your first one on your list?
Oh, let's see. What will I will start with something less geeky. So, something I discovered this year is called Rescue Time. And do you know Rescue Time?
No, but you told me about this, and I've been wondering.
So, Rescue Time is you install it on your computer, and it tracks every single thing you do on your computer when your screen is open, when your computer's on, and when it's operating. So, if it's just sitting there idle, it doesn't count that. But anytime I'm working, it's keeping track of what program I'm working in and how long I'm working in it. And
Vladimir Putin owns this company, right? They're not in Russia, right?
He's keeping track of it, yes. No, I don't think so. I don't know who owns it, but it's really... It sounds kind of... I don't know. It could sound kind of cheesy, but it's really helped me cut back on a lot of time wasting that I didn't realize I was doing. So the first time I ran this thing, the first week I looked and went, no way, I didn't spend that much time. And my big one that surprised me was email and not email platforms, but just reading my Gmail was huge, and Slack. The amount of time I spent in those two just blew my mind. And, of course, Facebook. So this has really helped me cut out the social media garbage, time wasting, falling down the rabbit hole kind of stuff I used to do. And so I can run reports every week, and it tells me I can rate each site productive versus non-productive. So like Facebook comes up non-productive, the news site comes up non-productive, Amazon probably not too productive. And so then it will give me a percentage of my productive versus non-productive time, and I try to keep that at like 82% productive or
It doesn't
better.
take control of your computer and say you can't be on Facebook anymore.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't do that. No,
Right.
no. But it's kind of a little game I play with myself every day. Then is how productive am I today, and how many hours did I actually sit here and get some work done, as opposed to goofing off. When you work from home, it's easy to goof off.
I remember you telling me about this, and you motivated me to unsubscribe to a bunch of stuff on my email.
Yeah.
A lot.
I did too.
I would do.
Shh, don't tell anybody because I help people with email. But I unsubscribed from a lot of stuff.
I did like 10 a
this year.
day for like 2 weeks in a row. And
Yeah.
all of a sudden it started getting down to.
Yeah, I don't wake up to 30, 40 junk emails sitting there waiting for me each
Right.
morning. It's kind of nice.
Excellent.
I really cleaned it up. So, all right, that was my number one.
All right.
Your number one.
My number one is, they're not in order of precedence.
No.
Actually, they're in no order at all.
No,
really.
This is totally not organized.
A tool I found this year was Hunter.io. It's a website, and if you place in a company's name, it'll give you a very good sense of what the person's email is.
Does a little secret ninja backdoor trickery.
It does, and
Nice.
it works really, really, really well.
Yeah.
It's right probably 8 to 9 out of 10 times.
Mm-hmm.
Very, very, very useful tool. I was trying to connect with some people just last week, and I'll be darned if it didn't work.
Yeah. And is that a paid one?
No, it's free.
It's free.
It's
See,
free.
I used to use Reportive, but they got bought by LinkedIn, and now they've ruined it. And it doesn't really even work right anymore.
Yeah,
They've stopped supporting it.
in fact, it used to be. In fact, it was actually on our list a few years ago.
Yep.
And it quit working.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, this year it really died. So maybe I have to find Hunt. Is that a app for your
It's a
browser?
No,
It's just a website.
Yeah.
Okay. Because I used Reportive for that.
Yeah.
And I've lost that ability.
So if you're trying to connect with somebody, you haven't paid. You haven't paid for the LinkedIn Navigator version,
Right.
and they say you need to know their email in order to connect with them. Here's how you get it.
Yeah. Yeah, that's why they killed Reportive, because they want you to pay for the other thing. So, yeah,
Yep.
Shocking how that happens.
Hunter.io.
All right, I got to check that one out because that sounds good to me. All right, I'm going to go a little geeky now. Is it my turn? Are we done with Hunter? Okay, my turn. So I'll go a little geeky. So it's called WebMerge. WebMerge is what I have for you.
All right.
And WebMerge,
Why do salespeople care about WebMerge?
because it's awesome.
Oh. I'm sold already.
So the nice thing about WebMerge is I use it for some of my clients to help them automate onboarding of new customers. And how we specifically use it is WebMerge sits between the CRM and a platform like HelloSign or Adobe Sign or
Yep.
something like this,
HelloSign I've used, yeah.
where you send out a contract to get signed.
Yep.
It sits in between them and takes all the information from your contact in your CRM, merges it into your templated contract, and sends it out to the person via whatever platform you use, HelloSign or DocuSign or whatever it might be. So it's really cool because you can just set up a template in there, set it up once, and then you get a new customer, and you can just put their information in your CRM, and it will push it right on through to HelloSign or DocuSign or whatever you use on that end. WebMerge. So it sits in between two platforms.
Excellent.
So I think salespeople would like that.
It should already be in their CRM, so that'd be no work for them to.
Right. And you can even merge in, like we've done with some of my clients, we've done like a specific language that they might want to change for each contract. If you don't want to have the whole thing templated, like maybe one paragraph you want to make different, we merge that in. or you can merge in the price or the payment details. You can merge in whatever you wanted, and then so that you just put it in your CRM. You put a place for it in your CRM, and then you push it on through.
Terrific.
So,
Excellent.
See, automation is your friend, Pat.
Automation is my...
We'll convert you, yeah.
I'm overstating mine.
Yeah.
Well, actually, my next one's Todoist, which actually kind of goes well with your first one. I probably should have done this one first.
Todoist.
This is a new to-do list tool.
Okay.
I absolutely love it.
All right.
Absolutely love it. It runs on my phones and on my iPads. It runs on the PC. It's everything is all synchronized. It's all up to date. I can have different lists. I've had lots of to-do lists.
Yeah,
I'm like, this sounds kind of useful.
Better?
There's something about it. I just really like the use of it. It's so user-friendly. It's so easy to use. And I'm not forgetting anything anymore.
That's good.
I have a lot of stuff in there, and I'm on it all day long.
Yeah?
All day long. It's separate from the CRM.
Okay. And this is a SaaS app, or what is this thing?
It's it's an app on my phone.
It's an app on your phone. Okay.
It's an app on the on the Windows machine.
Mm-hmm. And then somewhere out there in space, it's all syncing those together for you.
Right. So you can also go. You can also go on the web.
Okay.
There's a web page too. Oh yeah.
This internet thing? I think it's a fad, Pat.
You think it's a fad?
Yeah.
I know. So
the new
I
to-do list.
really like Todoist. Yeah.
Todoist.
And I've got a lot of personal stuff in there too.
Mm-hmm.
What I really like about it too is like when you're working hard and all of a sudden something pops in your head. You put it on there and then you can let it go and you know it's not going to disappear.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I have that problem.
We're going to pause. Wow. So what's next?
What's next? Oh, we're back to me. Okay. Let's see. What do I have next for you? Next let's talk about step shot guides. What's that look?
What is that?
What's that look? We had a video podcast.
Yeah.
The step shot guides. Okay, so this could be useful. What this is when you open this up, it's a program on your computer that you actually install. And then you can open up another program and go through, and each time you do a click of your mouse, it takes a screenshot. And then it organizes them all for you, and you can add text, you can add video, you can add links, and you can make a step-by-step documentation of whatever it is you want to document. So for a salesperson, it might be good for showing a customer around an app, a SaaS app, a demo.
Right.
Yeah, I've been using it for giving to some of my employees to document, this is how I want to do things. Also giving it to customers as instructions, this is how you do this in your account. So, and this thing is brand new. It just came out 3 or 4 weeks ago. I got in on the pre-launch. What makes it better than
just doing a video of your desktop?
Well, because some people don't like video. Because they don't want to watch the whole thing. They just want to skim through and see.
You know what?
So,
it's me.
Yeah.
I don't love video.
You don't want to sit there and watch a 5-minute video when you're looking for one little thing.
They take so long. They got this opening.
And you can do it at the same... You can make a video and have this running at the same time. And it's just documenting the steps. And then you could have that... it's really slick.
Is there audio on these?
And then it exports it to a PDF.
See, that's part of the upside of the video is like, first I'm going to click here, then I click here, and then you see what happens I click here. I could have a couple choices. Can it do that also?
No.
But
you can write in text. So each screenshot has a window where you can add text to it. You can add arrows. You can add boxes. You can highlight things.
This is what I'm doing here. This is what I'm doing here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And you could do like step 1. Open the program and then, show that. And step 2, click like this button and you have an arrow to what you clicked. And
I hate it when you're watching these videos and they go, oh, it's running a little slow right now.
Yeah.
I've made
that video. You've watched my videos. So Step Shot Guide is brand new. It's out it's out and you can get it. And I really like it. Highly endorsed. So.
Excellent.
Do we have another brew, Pat? I'm empty.
I do. Oh, let's do this one here.
because we ran out of that one. What do we have for this one?
Look at this cool bottle.
That bottle is really cool.
This is a stout.
Oh, I like that.
And here, you want to pour your foam?
The
in there?
foam. Oh wait. Yeah, get rid of the.
What we ought to do here. Let's do this right.
What are we doing?
Let me rinse it out.
Oh, that's too classy, Pat. This is a low rent beer and tools show, Pat. We don't want to get fancy. All right. Well, it's almost like I put it in the dishwasher. Yeah. Oh, it sounds delicious. It looks delicious. Wow, that got a kick. What's in that one?
It was a stout, but it's really turned into almost like an imperial.
Yeah. It's a strong stout.
This is a very strong stout. I've not checked. I have no idea. It's been in this bottle for a while. With the.
So it's strong because it's expired. That's great.
Oh no! See, these are living organisms. What we're drinking. That's what makes beer interesting. There is live yeast in here, still cooking away.
Drinking creatures. Yes.
We're drinking creatures.
Well, it is yummy. All right, we can carry on now.
They're very caramelly. Anyway.
Yes, that's what it is. It's very, very strong there in that regard. Okay, I think it's your turn.
Oh.
I did step shot guides.
All right, this one you should have done.
What did you steal from me?
Mail-tester.com.
Oh, I know about that one. Yeah, I probably told you about it.
No, I told you about it.
Okay.
I put this on Email Splat, your Facebook. By the way, Neil's got the
Facebook group?
A Facebook group.
The Beyond the Opt-in
Beyond
group.
the Opt-in. Not a lot going on in there lately.
No, Neil's been lax.
But what's in there? So, what's awesome about this tool is it'll rank it. It'll tell you the likelihood it's going to be considered spam or not.
Mm-hmm.
So I put a bunch of emails in there and slowly started tuning them, and it really helped me kind of figure out what works and what doesn't work.
Right. Yeah.
Bottom line is, you had a question?
You just email it. They give you an email address and you send it to an email address,
Mm-hmm.
right? A test. Okay. I was trying to remember how that worked. Okay.
Yep. That's exactly
so it's really
right.
easy to use.
It's really, really easy to use. And
so your big discovery on what constitutes spam?
Simple is better.
Mm-hmm.
The fancier it is, the more pictures that are in it, the more links that are in it, the more...
Yep, the more, the worse.
More the worse.
Exactly. Yep.
What they consider not spam is like if you just send an email to your spouse saying,
right,
could you do me a favor and pick up some milk on the way home?
Right. And here's
that
a link to the grocery store, and that's it. Here's a link to a map to where you go.
Those emails are much more likely to be read.
Right.
So.
And you've changed the Sales Babble email this year because of that, haven't you?
Oh, that's my other one.
It's gotten a lot simpler.
I have.
I mean, just the design of the emails has gotten a lot simpler.
I have.
And
that was my intent.
Yeah.
Mailtester.com taught me to make those emails smarter, simpler, simpler. And my open rates are much, 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 much better.
Yep, because it's getting through.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. I'm like
and a salesperson can do that. Even if you're just sending one email to somebody, to a prospect.
Yeah.
You still want to follow these rules.
Yeah, and definitely the newsletter email. That thing it doesn't stand a chance.
Nobody wants that.
Nobody wants it, and Gmail, Yahoo, whoever just don't want to let it through because they know nobody wants it.
Though that felt strongly about her email newsletter.
Yeah. Yeah.
She's not going to quit it.
Nope.
All right.
A lot of them won't.
People
and they just go unread.
Do they? Do they really?
Do they really like it? No.
Are you just fooling yourself?
Yes. All right. Are we back to me?
We are.
All right, then I got to pick one. So I did that. Okay, so I'll get a little geeky again. So Zapier. Are you familiar with Zapier?
I know it's an interoperability protocol.
Wow, that was a mouthful. Literally. You're eating a cracker. Yeah, so Zapier is a program that sits between other programs and helps them communicate. So basically, you can get in through the back door of over over 700 programs they work with now that they have written code to be
Talk
able
to their APIs.
To their API, exactly. So you're kind of sneaking through the back door, and you can do things. You can connect all these different programs together, anything together. You can connect your CRM to a calendar. You can connect your CRM to video conferencing, so everybody could get the link, or you could know who showed up for a webinar versus who didn't show up for a webinar. You could push that into your email platform then. I use it for a whole bunch of stuff. I used it recently. Here's a cool one I just did this week. Is I have on my website, I have comments, and I wasn't getting notified of the comments. So I looked, and sure enough, Zapier connects to my comments system, which is Discuss, Discuss. So it links to that, and it links to Slack. So now, anytime somebody leaves a comment, it pops up in my Slack channel. And I know instantly that somebody left a comment.
This is pretty geeky.
So it's pretty geeky. There's a lot of uses for it. You can do all kinds of cool stuff with it. Connect forms to CRMs and Stripe or PayPal. Or there's just hundreds and hundreds of things.
Is there a place people can go to learn
project management systems?
Use this? Is there anyone?
Just Zapier themselves. They have a lot of pre-set up stuff. So if you go there and you type in 2 programs, like you want to connect QuickBooks to something, which you can do. You can connect QuickBooks to your CRM, and things can happen when somebody buys a certain product. So you could just go to QuickBooks, go there, search for QuickBooks, search for your CRM, and it has a menu of all the different pre-made integrations it has for those.
Right.
For those two platforms. You can make your own, but they have a bunch of pre-made ones that you could just instantly install.
Cool.
So it's very cool. Yes, it's pretty geeky. but it's very handy. It does a lot of magic stuff that will take off some workload.
All right.
Back to you.
My next one kind of goes with mailtester.com, and the reason I used it was because I switched to Active Campaign.
I didn't get to do the drum roll before you said it. You switched to Active Campaign this year. We finally got you out of AWeber.
AWeber. You want an antique. I gave those people so many breaks. They're so nice. I talked to them at Podcast Movement, and I told them why I left you guys. I felt like I was cheating, And they go, well, why did you leave us? And they videoed me, and they interviewed me. And explain. But Active Campaign is just a phenomenal email system. Just really, really, really fun to use, easy to use. The people there are super, super nice. Very, very,
and they're
very
here in
useful.
Chicago.
They're here in Chicago.
You could drive down there and say hello.
I've been down there.
Yeah.
I've been down there. But for salespeople, this is a great way of, especially if you have prospects that you believe are suspects. But you have leads that are suspects, but they're not really moving yet.
Yep.
So you want to put them on the back burner. They're like, oh, I like what you got going, but I just can't do it right now. So you put them on that list, and for 5 months you send them an email every 2 to 3 weeks, just to keep them warm. But you automate the whole thing.
Wait, what did you just say? Mr. Anti-Automation?
So you don't have to worry about it. I didn't hear that. Really, really, really like it.
Yeah. Have you used their, are you using their sales pipeline as well?
No.
So you're not on that part of it?
I'm not selling stuff online.
Yeah. But they have no, it's not for selling online. It's for real world sales pipeline. Like this guy I talked to, and now I can set a follow-up, and... No. Okay.
And I probably wouldn't.
Okay.
It's probably not they're not at a real CRM level like Base or Salesforce or...
No, they're not. No.
What's interesting here is you have these companies like Base and Salesforce who do a little bit of email. You got these email companies that do a little bit of CRM. There isn't a whole lot of people putting it all together. You got Zapier that can probably plug to two world-class systems together.
Yes,
which would
be a great use of Zapier. Yep.
Right. Boy, this is just flowing so smooth.
It's like we all planned this, but we didn't.
Oh
no, we didn't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
that would make sense. But I really liked Active Campaign.
That's where Zapier really shines. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just a really terrific system. I'm
Mm-hmm.
really glad I switched. It was a lot of work.
To Active. Yeah. Oh yes, I remember.
It was a
You
lot.
were struggling.
It was a lot of work.
Yep. But now it's automated,
Now it's all automated.
and now it's not work anymore.
Your turn.
It's my turn. Is this the last one? We're already on the last one, Pat.
I know.
Wow, this is going fast.
Which is okay.
we're not gonna drone on and on this year. All right, so my last one, it's kind of out of left field, is CreateSpace. Do you know CreateSpace?
No.
You don't know CreateSpace. So CreateSpace is from Amazon, and it's what allows you to publish your own book and put it on Amazon, and you can sell it on Amazon.
Oh, I do know that.
You're looking at me lost.
No, I do know
yeah.
that.
So-
I do know that.
Yeah.
Because
Doesn't Seth Godin use that or something?
well, there's more than that. I actually took a class on how to write a book.
And they probably talked about
Because
it.
I am writing a book.
Okay.
In fact, I don't know if I tell you this.
No.
I'm 50 pages into it.
I did not know this.
Yeah, I was just looking at it. I work on it every day.
What are you working on?
It doesn't have a title.
Well, plug the non-titled book. What is it?
It's all about how, you know how people say that everything in life is a sale?
Oh, I've heard that. Yeah.
I disagree with that.
Okay.
I think everything in sales is life.
Oh, that's deep. Okay. So that's the premise of the book?
The premises of the book is what works for you in your regular life, what makes you successful, connecting with people, helping people, being part of a team,
Yeah.
building relationships, sharing the load, all that stuff. That's the same stuff that makes you successful in sales.
Oh.
That sales is like something different.
Right.
Like, oh, that's a different set of skills.
Yes.
That's like, oh,
For a long time, I felt that way about sales.
Yeah, those people are like different.
They're special.
They're special.
Mhm.
They're uber aggressive and assertive and all that, and they're just born that way.
Yeah.
Baloney.
All right.
This is not it. This book's about a completely different thing. So, CreateSpace was actually in that. I'm so far from that. That's why it took me
but
a
when
while
it's done, when the book is done, you can use CreateSpace to put it on Amazon. And what
Yes.
CreateSpace allows you to do is just print. Somebody orders one, they print one
yes.
and ship it. You don't have to print 100 copies of a book.
And you've done that because guess what? I just found your book 2 days ago.
Yes.
So you want me to bring it over to you?
No, I've seen it before. Thanks. I've got a couple copies.
Yeah.
But I printed up a whole bunch of mine, but then when I ran out of that initial run, I put it on Amazon and CreateSpace, and now people can buy one copy of it. I don't have to pay for, of course, Amazon is going to take their cut. That's how they're Amazon, right? But the great thing it does, it lends legitimacy because now I have a book on Amazon. It didn't cost me really any money. I could have done it without any money, just written the book, self-published it, put it on Amazon and CreateSpace, and I would have had no out-of-pocket expense on it.
People like books. Book sales is up.
Yeah, yeah. And I sell, it's a very niche-y book, but I still sell a few every month, and Amazon sends me a little check.
So why don't you plug your book?
My book, it's the Ultimate Guide to Rules in Entreport. So you'd have to be an Entreport user if you wanted the book. I mean, that's what it's for.
Yeah, I did a market research study on Sales Babble this year. I didn't ask that question. Are you an Entreport user or not?
Oh, you should have asked that. It would have been very useful to me. You got to think about me next time you do these surveys, Pat. So, CreateSpace. That was my 5. I feel like anticlimactic.
Do you have a 6th?
I could make up a 6th. Yeah, I have a 6th here. Are we going so fast we're going to do 6?
No.
Okay.
You kind of mentioned you had a 6th.
Well, you got to do your 5, right?
Let me do my 5.
Okay.
I may have a 6th.
We can't do 12. We've never done 12 before.
We should only do
The universe would spiral in on itself.
Another interesting tool is SlideDial.
A slide dial. I think I've heard of that, but I have no idea what it is.
I don't think we talked about it before, but
No.
I've been using it again.
Okay.
It allows you to dial into somebody's voicemail system and leave a message.
Oh. Without their phone ringing.
Without their phone ringing.
Yes.
Oh, sorry, I missed you.
I do know what this is, yes.
And sometimes that's a useful thing to use off-bound when you're in the middle of something and you don't need a phone call.
Right.
Like you're doing something.
I didn't realize you could do that with one off. Like you can just pick up the phone and call and record something right there.
You call that number. It asks you what's the number you want to call.
Mm-hmm.
You put that number in, and then you leave the voicemail.
Okay.
Hey, Neil. Sorry I missed you.
Yeah. And they're going, I was sitting right here. The phone never rang.
You know how that happens all the time?
It does to me.
It happens to me all the time.
Or
My wife and I are
the
constantly doing
voicemail
that.
pops up 2 days later.
You didn't answer your phone. She goes, it was sitting right there, and she'll do. I'll say that'll happen to me. It's sitting right there. We're both Verizon users, and you would think that.
Who knows? I didn't see. I've used those systems in conjunction with Zapier, where we push out of a CRM into. I don't think I've used that one particularly, but another one like it, and then it will just send out.
It'd be great if it's text to voice, robotic.
Hundreds of no, they pre-record messages. So pre-record messages, and you can blast those out.
That sounds like.
What's different than that, and you doing the same thing?
Well, I'm saying, hey Neil, sorry I missed you tonight.
Yeah. So do these.
I was following up on that conversation we had yesterday. That cannot be pre-recorded.
Well, these.
You mean pre-recorded per person?
No, these are pre-recorded.
Yeah, I hate those ones that says.
Yeah.
This is officer friendly from the state.
Officer friendly.
This is officer friendly, state trooper, state of Illinois for the.
No, they're not.
For the friendly firemen.
So we're using these in people that have sales appointments, where they actually have a scheduled call, and we use these to go out an hour or two before the call to remind people that
people would like that.
Hey, remember we got this call scheduled in a couple hours. So it's kind of like, hey, sorry I missed you.
Yeah.
Just calling to remind you about our call. We got scheduled in a couple hours.
I like that.
Really looking forward to talking to you about your whatever, and can't wait to talk with you in a few minutes. I'll see you in a bit.
All right.
So, there you go.
There you go.
It's not that cheesy. Automation doesn't have to be cheesy, Pat. Anyway, I totally walked over to slide dial.
That's my 5.
Go ahead. So slide dial, we're done. We're done.
Do you have another one?
You really want me to do another one?
I want to do another one.
So it's not that you want me to do another one. You're so excited about your number 6 that you're just going to give me 6.
Well, this one may not be so useful.
All right, well, I got one.
Okay.
So this one, probably a lot of people have heard of, but I'll do it anyway. It was kind of my backup in case you said I couldn't do one of the other 5. So that's LastPass.
Yep, I use LastPass.
I love LastPass. My life would be incomplete without LastPass. My life would be horrible without LastPass. At last check, I had something like 750, 800 different passwords in there. I know one password. That's all I know. I know one. And that's the one to get me into LastPass. And then from there, it's all automatic. Everything I set up, I just click the button, look for my login for that one, and opens the website for me.
And you have a way of allowing your staff, some of your employees to come
that's
in.
The really cool part about LastPass is that it allows you to give access to someone without them knowing the password. So if they're also a LastPass user, I can share it with them, but they'll see the login name, but they'll never see the password. And so, and then vice versa, when something bad happen with said vendor, employee, whatever, I can instantly remove access to everything they have in my world. I don't have to go through 50 programs changing passwords because I gave them all these passwords.
That's terrific.
Now I can just go into LastPass and say, this person no longer allowed to have access to and I take them out and they don't have access anymore. So it is awesome. It is wonderful for those various reasons.
Yeah. If you're not using a password management system like LastPass.
Yeah. And another, it's free.
Mm-hmm.
Or you can pay them a whopping $6 a year so you can have it on your phone or your iPad. So I went to the bank, I took out a small business loan, and I've got the $6 a year program on my phone. So it's
well worth
great.
the money.
It's well worth the money. Yeah, like I said, 750 passwords. I don't have to know them. And it makes them for me. So they're nice and long and secure and
You use their email, use theirs.
Yeah, their generator to generate the passwords. Yeah, none of mine are anything that would make any sense. It's all total gobbledygook and 12 characters long or more. Something you would never sit there and try to type in yourself.
Wow.
So, very nice. Love it. All right, what's this one you're so excited to share with us that we had to do an extra?
It's not that awesome. It's SERPs.com.
SERPs. Search engine results?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So if you type in some keywords, it'll tell you where you rank a web page.
Okay.
Really quickly.
Mm-hmm.
So there's nothing more obnoxious when when these SEO people call you up and say, we can make you
make you number one on Google for all pages.
Well, what do you know about me? What do you know about my business? Who do you know who my ideal client is? Who do you know who's my avatar? Who do you know what they're typing to type in? You don't know any of that stuff.
Yeah, yeah. They're a sales machine somewhere in some back boiler room office just calling thousands of people, trying to talk them into low-quality SEO services.
SERPs.com will tell you a lot.
Yes.
Where you're at and where your competition is at.
You type in your URL?
Right. Let's just say if you type in sales podcast right now,
yeah,
I'm like number 12.
Okay.
Sometimes I break page 1, sometimes I don't. Kind of goes back and forth.
Okay.
So it would come back. If I put it sales podcast, salesbabble.com, it would tell me number 12.
Oh, okay. So you put in the keywords and what you want to know what it ranks for, or what you want. Yeah, you get what I'm talking about. Yeah,
right.
Mm-hmm.
Which really matters when you're like 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 pages down. You don't want to count them all up by hand.
Right.
It's a very quick way of kind of banging through a bunch of them.
Yeah.
You're comparing it with your competition.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So then you could put in your competition as well and see
where are they at.
Yeah, because I was thinking you can do this with Google, but that's only on your own site. So you could see where your competitors are at if you wanted to see that specifically.
I'm sure there's lots of other ways to do it. What I like about this one is it's just so darn simple.
And free?
And free.
Ah, we like free.
Todoist is not free.
No?
No.
Okay.
It's a whopping $24 a year.
A year?
After 6 months. After a 6-month trial. Free trial.
Okay. All right. I think we can swing that one. Yeah.
Most of these are free. Active Campaign, I don't know how much it is. $17-$20 a month?
Yeah, I think their lowest one now is, I think it's between $10 and $20 a month is their lowest.
I was paying a whole lot more. I was paying double that at AWeber.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, and then mine, what I talked about, some free, some not free. Zapier, definitely not free. Well, they have a free plan for a couple things. You can do a couple things with it for free. So I guess that's not true. So, yeah. But most of mine are very inexpensive, if not free. So,
this has been really great.
Is this another year in the books?
Gathering around the fire here.
Yes. Fire is going. I'm sweating while drinking beer in front of your
fireplace. Which was what
fireplace.
we're supposed to be doing.
Mm-hmm.
When you're close, it's hot. When you're far away, it's cold.
Yeah.
My desk is in the far corner, so it often gets chilly on that. So I got to blow the air around. We did turn off the...
We had to turn off the fan because it was a bit noisy. It would not make for a good podcast.
Yeah.
So we have suffered for this podcast.
We have suffered.
Yeah.
That life is suffering.
Yep. We have suffered. We have drank beer and
good year for tools.
Talk. Yeah, I feel like we had a good list this year. Some years I feel like I'm really scratching, like really...
Nothing really came out.
Yeah,
You're
trying
still
to dig
using last
something.
year's stuff. But this year really felt like...
Yep. Well, I did, actually, you asked me earlier this year, so I did plan ahead more than, a few days.
I've been working on my list since the beginning of the year.
I've only been working on mine for about a month.
Oh. Yeah.
But
as soon as I get one I like, I write it down.
Yeah. Well, now I have this in Evernote, which is a tool from a previous year.
Yeah, I'm not.
So I'm going to keep my my list going now. So next year, when you ask me over, I won't even have to think about it. I'll have my 5 ready to go.
Well, if you go to the salesbabble.com, all the past episodes are in there.
Yes, they are. That's where I found what I talked about in previous years because I couldn't remember. I had to go look at past episodes of Sales Babble. Had to Google myself, which is dangerous.
All right. Well, thank you very much, Neil, for joining us.
Thank you for having me, Pat.
Next
Always
year?
fun. Next year, I'll be back.
Thank you for listening to the Sales Babble podcast. Find us at www.salesbabble.com.